I have been inundated with questions about coming out. This is awesome. Thank you if you've taken a moment to send me in a question. Rest assured it will be answered. So listen, recently I've been sent a lot of questions about my boyfriend, and I'm going to start this video with some quick fire questions that quite a lot of people have been asking. And then I'm going to progress and delve into some of the more deeper questions, if you like. Okay, so let's get through some quick fire questions to start with. Have I ever had a boyfriend? Yes. How old was I? I think I was about 15 when we first started seeing each other. He was my first love. How long were we together? It was an on-off relationship for around 3 years, I think. Listen, you know the type. 1 minute you're absolutely besotted with each other, and the next you're not talking anymore and you're on a break. Okay, how did it come about that I decided I was into girls? This one's a bit longer of an answer. It was during a time that we were taking a break that I kissed a girl. And I know that you want to know what happened. Of course you do. So here it is. One night I was round at a friend's house. She was a year younger than me. And we'd become close over the last few months, spending most of our time together, to be honest, or chatting on the phone. Late one night, as we laid close together, chatting on her bed, she leaned over and asked if she could kiss me. Out of the blue, it is safe to say I didn't see that one coming. And I have no idea what came over me. I said yes. That was the moment I knew. I had the realisation that I liked girls. Well, this girl. But you see, I had a problem. Here I was in this relationship with a guy. He was lovely, we got on so well, and I loved him, despite driving me crazy at times, okay? But none of that mattered. There was something missing. And I found it when I kissed a girl. All the things that didn't quite feel right when I was with my boyfriend instantly made sense to me. You know, that lack of connection, intimacy, fireworks. In that moment, it all clicked into place. And I felt all of that. How did I come out to my boyfriend? Yeah, how do you tell your boyfriend that you're a lesbian? Okay, so first thing to say is it wasn't a conscious decision to tell him. I hadn't planned the conversation or agonised over telling him. The words just kind of came out of my mouth. This is how it went down. We were sat on the front step of his mum's house, looking out onto the front garden. I remember the glow of the streetlights and the moon overhead, and the afterglow from the warmth of a beautiful day. The peace and the stillness, it surrounded us as we were sat out late in the evening. It must have been like midnight or something. We'd both been working that night in hotel bars. I can't remember my exact words. It is a long time ago now, but it kind of fell into our conversation. I would love to know what that conversation was, but yeah, it evades me, I'm afraid. I told him something along the lines of, I've realised that I like girls. I was super nervous. What on earth was I doing? He was quiet. Yeah, he was quiet. He didn't look at me. He was biting his nails. I carried on. I had met someone and we kissed when we were on a break. Do I know her? That was his first question. And I told him that this was all about me, not about her. I continued. I was breaking up with him. And I didn't realise when I arrived at his home that that was going to happen. The words just came out of my mouth, and before I knew what I was doing, I was telling him about my attraction to women. How did my boyfriend react when I told him I'm a lesbian? Yeah, he was quiet, he was reserved, and he was thoughtful. I opened my heart up to him and told him what I felt, thought, and had experienced. I know, quite risky, but I did. And he listened. You know, he asked a few questions, and all the time he was hugely respectful of me. The conversation continued, and he told me that he could understand what it feels like to be with someone of the same sex. He'd had a few encounters himself with someone that was openly gay where he worked, and he'd enjoyed it, but he didn't think he was gay. He talked to me about his experiences, and in that moment, we connected more deeply than ever. It was beautiful. He said that he'd had an idea that I might be into girls, but he was trying to ignore it. There'd been signs and clues in our 3-year relationship, apparently. I wish I'd have known. And we continued chatting for hours and hours until the sun came up. And then I left. My life changed forever. I hope hearing this has helped those of you that are questioning your sexuality or are wanting to have the conversation with a loved one or your current partner. For those of you that have come out, tell me, I'm really intrigued, who are you most anxious to discuss your sexuality with? And for those of you that haven't come out yet, what are you most worried about? If you've got any questions about that, please send them in. What questions do you have about coming out or living your life as a lesbian or LGBT person? As I said before, I'm answering all of your questions over the next few months in this coming out series as part of the My Queer Life journey. To keep up to date with my latest videos, you know you want to, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Please share this with your family and friends. You have got no idea who it might help. And don't forget to leave me a message below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.